Jackson digs it out. Hunzinger with a setup to Rivers. Rivers delivers. Pass to the basket. Gets the friendly roll to go right there. Ava Cook now with 4 points to go here. Drives, finds Camden Bell. Right wing three is up. And good. Yes. Camden Bell making it rain, baby. Carroll, they're battling in this bat so far. The 1-2 pitch. Gets her swinging for strike three. A job well done by Zoe Koger getting the strikeout for out. 3-1. And that's going to be a deep fly ball in the left center field. And gone! Quentin James with a big fly of his own, a 2-run shot. Good evening, volleyball fans, and welcome live right here on your home of the Raiders, the WHS Network, on YouTube.com, as well as the IHSAA Champions Network here from beautiful Raider Gymnasium in Selma, Indiana. We have your 1-10 Madison-Grant Argylls taking on your 11-3 Wapahani Raiders. Again, here, as always, right here, I'm your play-by-play broadcaster, Brandon Morvillius. Alongside here with me is cameraman Jordan Redbeard McCoy. Here with our Raiders Live pregame show presented by Air Park Door, a proud sponsor of us here on the WHS Network. Again, Air Park Door located at 321 West Ontario Drive in Muncie, Indiana. And they've been voted as Muncie's quest for the best for the level of professionalism and knowledge they possess and a quality service they provide for a reasonable price. For more information, check them out on Facebook at Air Park Door, and you can give them a call at 765-741-3667 for all of your garage door needs. So, getting right into our pregame show here this evening. First and foremost, dominating win last night for Wapahani. You know, coming off of a tough loss last Thursday on the road at Muncie Burris. Again, the last time we had a broadcast, obviously it was last Wednesday when Wapahani was able to get the W. But then last Thursday, again, at Muncie Burris, came up short there in that one. But, had about 5 days or so to work on some things. And last night at Shenandoah, woo, man, I mean, they laid it on real thick. 25-11 the first two sets, and then 25-10 the third set. So it was nice to see the Raiders of Wapahani, that is, win in dominating fashion. But again, that's what you look to do every time out. You're here to win, play the game the right way, and really find a way to click on all cylinders here. And, we've seen that last night, and hopefully Wapahani will back that up with another great night at the office here tonight from Raider Gymnasium. So, we've got, one more game throughout the rest of this, as far as week, and then into the weekend. Again, the girls will be playing an invitational. So, again, this will be the second night in a row here for Wapahani to play again. Last night, like I mentioned, at Shenandoah, tonight here at home, and then tomorrow night at Randolph Southern and another MEC conference matchup. And then Saturday, Wapahani will be playing in the Leo Volleyball Invitational. Again, that's right up around the Fort Wayne area. So, there should be some good teams up there. There usually is every year. So that should be a good tournament and a good test here for this Raider volleyball team coming up there on Saturday morning and throughout the day there on Saturday. Again, no broadcast tomorrow night or Saturday, but again, we'll have score updates throughout both of those days as well here for the volleyball team. But looking forward to seeing what the Raiders again do tonight. Again, coming off of that win last night, hopefully back it up with another great performance here this evening, defending their home floor right here from Raider Gymnasium. So stick around here with us. Again, it's been a Raiders Live pregame show presented by Air Park Door. We'll be back again with tonight's national anthem as well as tonight's rosters and first serve between Wapahani and Madison-Grant here on your home of the Raiders, the WHS Network. All right, ladies and gentlemen, at this time, let's meet tonight's teams. First, for the visiting Madison-Grant Argylls, number 1, Alan Cunningham. Number 3, Lacey Sutherland. Number 4, Elaine Bailey. Number 5, Emma Mitchell. Number 6, Keely Dickinson. Number 8, Molly Newman. Number 10, Bristol Cardell. Number 11, Kaylee Stitt. Number 12, Bailey Chapel. Number 14, Avery Gillespie. And number 18, Cameron Bolser. The Argylls are coached by Mila Jump. All right, Raider fans, here are your Wapahani Raiders. Number 1, Tatum Dudley. Number 2, Cammy Myers. Number 3, Maren Hopkins. Number 4, Kaylee Clements. Number 5, Callie Parker. Number 6, Caroline Hopsinger. Number 7, Noah Baker. Number 8, Nora Williams. Number 10, Addie Barnes. Number 11, Olivia Walters. Number 13, Jerry Banks. And number 15, Maddie Grove. Your Raiders are coached by Valerie Wells and assisted by Alexis Franks. Again, tonight's officials, Mr. Rob Barker and Heidi Doubles. All right, folks, again, welcome back here on the WHS Network. Hopefully you guys was able to hear the rosters here for tonight's ball game, but if you didn't, we'll run through those one more time. Here we have number 1, Adeline Cunningham. Number 3, Lacey Sutherland. Number 4, Delaney Pavey. Number 5, Emma Mitchell. Number 6, Kaylee Dickinson. Number 8, Molly Neiman. Number 10, Bristol Cudell. Number 11, Kaylee Stitt. Number 12, Bailey Chapel. Number 14, Avery Gillespie. Number 18, Cameron Bolser. Again, the head coach for Madison-Grant is Miss Kayla Jump. Here for Wapahani, number 1, Tatum Dudley. Number 2, Cammie Rivers. Number 3, Maren Hopkins. Number 4, Kaylee Clements. Number 5, Callie Parker. Number 6, Caroline Hunzinger. Number 7, Noah Baker. Number 8, Nora Williams. Number 10, Addie Barnes. Number 11, Olivia Walters. Number 13, Journey Maines. And number 15, Maddie Grove. Again, your Raiders are coached by Valerie Wells and assisted by Alexis Franks. So, again, that is the rundown here for both teams this evening. Again, Maddie Grove actually seeing some playing time now. Again, had to sit out the first, it was 13 games, 12 games. And so she had her debut, I believe, last night. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure that her debut was last night there against Shenandoah. So nice to see her, now kind of, have another, I guess, piece to the team here for Wapahani that the Raiders can really go to add even more production, not only offensively but defense, on the defensive side of the ball as well. Maddie's going to bring a lot to the table here for the Raiders, and hopefully that will just, like I said, just add to what is already a very potent team here, and that's Wapahani. So we'll have number 10 for Madison-Grant and Bristol Caudill back to serve here this evening. Again, tied at 1. Again, I don't know exactly how the rotation will look right here as far as to get Maddie in there, but either way, whenever she's in there, she looks to make a big-time impact just like everybody else. Again, coming off a nice win, a dominating win last night here for Wapahani over Shenandoah on the road. Again, the Raiders won that one 25-11, 25-11, 25-10. Good job there by Hunzinger. Get that one back over on the attack there from the left side. I believe that was number 8. Indeed it was, Molly Neiman. So that one hit into the net. Point Wapahani ties it at 2 with number 3, Lacey Sutherland. Now in here for the Argylls. We'll have Maddie Grove now in for Wapahani. And again back to serve just a moment ago right there. I believe that was Marion Hopkins. So that one hit out of bounds. Point Wapahani. Actually, no, it was Callie Parker actually that was serving. Excuse me. Again, coming into the evening, Grove unable to get that one over. Parker will, though, here for the Raiders. There's Hunzinger. Parker on to Dudley. Dug out that time by number 3, Sutherland, and we'll have that ball hit off the antenna. Point Raiders. But as I was mentioning, the Wapahani, they're 11-3. Madison-Grant 1-10. Obviously a down year here for Madison-Grant. They're always usually right around a 20-win team every year. Yet again having a down year. But here for your Wapahani, one thing you don't want to do is focus too much on the record. 1-10 is what it is. Tonight is a new night for everybody. And anybody can be beaten. So Wapahani has got to remain focused and take it to their opponent, whether it be a 1-10 record or a 15-0 record. That really doesn't make a difference. You're still playing here to dominate and win. And hopefully the Raiders do that here tonight. So Nola Baker now in here, subbing in just a moment ago there for Tatum Dudley. And a pancake there by Hopkins, but again, that ball unfortunately deflected backwards. You love the hustle there from Parker. Unfortunately, couldn't get to it in time. So, again, the substitution there for the Argylls. I believe that was number 6. Caitlin Dickinson that just came in just a moment ago, I believe. I didn't quite exactly see who it was, as that one will fall in there. Point there for the Raiders, now 6-4 lead. And it could have been Chappell as well, Bailey Chappell. I'm not sure, again, who came in during that substitution. Good serve there from Rivers. Set up this time by Stitt. On the attack right there, that was number 8, Molly Neiman there from the right side kill. Making this a 6-5 ball game. Number 10, Bristol Caudell will set back in. And we will have, I believe that was number 8, Neiman back there to serve. Hopkins flying through the air. Dug out that time by Cunningham. Left side attack. That was a real nice setup there. Gave Caudell plenty of time, but Caudell will hit that one out of bounds. 7-5 now. In comes Olivia Walters. And now we'll have number 4, Kaylee Clements, back to serve. Soft touch on the net. There's Clements. Hunzinger. Hopkins nails that one to the floor. Brought the hammer to tonight's ball game once again, as we now have a 3-point Wapahani lead. Good serve right there, shanked off, but nice hustle there from number 11, Kaylee Stitt, to track that one down. But here comes Olivia Walters, absolutely demolishing that one. 9-5. Hunzinger back to Hopkins. Another kill from Aaron. It didn't quite get all of it, obviously, but got enough of it, and that's all that matters. Set up to number 6. Dickinson there on the attack. Clements with the dig. Rivers on to Hopkins. Cunningham was there. Now, oh man, I don't know how. That looked to have been like 2 hits right there. It ends up being a point nonetheless here for Wapahani, and that will now send the Argylls to a timeout, their first charge timeout here of the evening. And we'll go ahead and stick right here with you during this timeout. Again, we want to mention a couple events. Again, I'm trying to talk about this pretty much about every game now throughout the rest of the way. But on September the 26th, we will have a chicken noodle dinner fundraiser going on. Again, all proceeds benefit the Christmas in Selma. It will be at Selma Elementary School from 5 to 7 p.m. Again, as you see on your screen, you can dine in or drive up. Dinner is $10, but cash only. Again, you see what the dinner includes. My mother, Shonda Morvillius, and many others are donating their time to put this together. Again, with all the proceeds going to Christmas in Selma, to have another great celebration there on December the 5th. So, again, that will be on September the 26th, chicken noodle dinner at Selma Elementary, going towards a great cause. We hope to see you all there come September the 26th. Again, we'll talk a little bit more about some other opportunities as well that you can help support that celebration coming up here in about, 3 months from now? Actually less than that now, about 2.5 months. But we'll have a substitution here for Madison-Grant after a little 4 hit there from the Argylls. Again, number 12, Bailey Chappell back in here. Set on to Walters. Full steam ahead once again. So again, Wapahani originally got off to a slightly slow start. A couple 1-point leads, but now starting to really put the pedal to the metal, and hopefully it stays that way as that ball will fall in. Number 6, Dickinson, is able to get that one to fall right smack dab in the middle. So again, the Raiders will have, again, Parker, Rivers, Baker there in the back row, front row, Walters, Hopkins, Hunzinger. And that ball served out of bounds by number 1, Adeline Cunningham. And so we hope to see Wapahani go on a nice run once again, on top here by 8. Looking to continue to apply the pressure right here and apply more distance between them and the Argylls here in set 1. Good serve again, this time by Hunzinger. Set on to Hopkins, soaring through the air and gets it done. 10-point lead. That one deep into the back row there by Hunzinger. On the attack, nice job right there by Parker. Set back up to Hopkins again. Splits the gap. Dropping the hammer. And we'll have a substitution, number 4, Delaney Pavey. Will sub in for the Argylls. And that one out of bounds that time around. But a good stretch of points here from the Raiders. And a 17-7 lead now. Number 11, Kaylee Stitt, will check back in. And we will have, I believe that is number 12, Bailey Chappell back there to serve for the Argylls just a moment ago. Hopkins there from the right side. It doesn't make a difference where she's at. Be front, back, right, left. It doesn't make a difference. She's gonna bring the heat. And right now the Argylls have not found an answer to Marin Hopkins. We got Tatum Dudley back in here, and there's Hopkins now behind the service line, bringing in an ace, or dealing an ace. And another ace for Hopkins. Hot hand here for the Raiders is number 17. I'm not even sure who that is. She is not on the roster sheet. So number 17 on the ball game. And for Wapahani, mass substitution right here. We have Addie Barnes as well as Journey Maines and then Nora Williams. And there's another ace here for Hopkins. I tell you what, the way Marin is serving right now, those players that just came in might not even have to touch the ball the rest of the set. All right, they'll get it over that time. Hopkins digs it. Barnes sets it. Here comes Dudley. Dug out by Cunningham. Punched across. Dug out of the net. Nicely done there by Barnes. Barnes with another dig. Parker. And, cat-like reflexes right there from Hopkins. And a two-hit call. Yes, indeed. So the point there for Wapahani. So the Raiders keep on keeping on. And another ace. Oh, heck yes. Hopkins absolutely dealing. Seen there by Cunningham, left side. Bolser on the attack. Hopkins, Barnes. Here comes Journey Maines. Oh yes, continuing what she left off there in that JV game. Bringing a hammer again, this time for Journey Maines, as we now have arrived at set point. Bolser out of bounds, and that will do it. Man, in dominating fashion here for the Raiders. 25-7 opening set victory here tonight. Set number 2 coming up. We'll be back with more here on your home of the Raiders, the WHS Network.
Hi, this is Austin Rich with Next Home Elite Real Estate. Next Home is a real estate company that prioritizes community involvement, and we have a humans over houses philosophy. We specialize in both property listings and buyer representation, ensuring top-notch service with top-producing agents. Our mission is, and has always been, to enrich people's lives by helping them find their next home. Next Home Elite Real Estate consistently maintains open communication, and we build trust through honesty and integrity. Whether you're listing $1 million property in a gated community, or you are a first-time home buyer just starting the process, at Next Home Elite Real Estate, our agents are committed to providing exceptional service and expertise. We actively participate and invest in local events, local sponsorships, charities, and initiatives to strengthen community bonds. Our agents love being a corporate sponsor to Ball State University, and when you choose Next Home Elite Real Estate, you never know who you're going to run into.
After working with Next Home Elite Real Estate, I knew that I would be choosing them for future transactions simply because they communicated throughout the entire process, they were friendly, and they were tenacious marketers working for me so I can achieve my goals.
Voted as the best real estate company in Muncie's quest for the best, I want you to know we are more than a real estate company. We're part of your community. We are creating lasting relationships and emphasizing the human element in every transaction.
A lot of times, a new home is a joyous event, a promotion, a celebration of marriage, relocation, but this wasn't that type of event. We needed someone in a company who cared about us, who showed compassion and empathy. Our realtor was with us the entire time. He sat and grieved with my sisters and I. He realized that this wasn't about money, but about taking care of our family home.
When you're ready to buy or sell a home, contact Next Home Elite Real Estate at 765-729-5181 or visit our website at mynexthomeelite.com.
All right, folks, welcome back here to open up set number 2 as Marin Hopkins, the hot hand, strikes once again here to open up the second set here this evening with a kill. We'll have number 3, Lacey Sutherland, now check in for the Argylls. And so Marin back to serve again. She served, I believe, the last 8 points. 7 or 8 points there in set number 1. And she ain't going to be able to continue the trend this time around. So we'll have number 18, Cameron Bolser, back to serve for Madison-Grant. Again, those of you that are just tuning in here for the first time this evening, we want to say welcome to the WHS Network. Again, big thank you to everyone for always tuning in and being supportive of us, and more importantly, these wonderful young ladies out here on the floor for both Wapahani and for Madison-Grant. Rivers, Hunsinger, Grove, yes. The kill for Maddie. Makes it a 3-1 ball game. Again, did want to send a couple shout-outs here this evening. Obviously a big thank you and shout-out to Bob Taylor, as well as Barbara Wilmoth, and many others that always are, like I said, always watching, always listening to us here on the broadcast. It doesn't go unnoticed, and we sure do appreciate you all. So 3-1's your score. Make that now 4-1. And a point there for Wapahani. Net violation there on Madison-Grant. So 5-1 is your score. Oh, nice serve from Parker. Yes. The Raiders keep on dealing aces here tonight. We've seen it in the JV game. Obviously, Marin had quite a few there in the first set. Not sure if anybody else did or not. Maybe Caroline, but Parker back-to-back. And we'll have a timeout on the floor here by Madison-Grant, and we'll once again stay right here with you during this timeout. Again, just wanted to mention a couple more things right here. So again, we mentioned the chicken noodle dinner, obviously there in the first set. Again, all proceeds go to help benefit the Christmas and Selma celebration. But then also the Selma Lions Club is putting on their breakfast. Again, that's, you see there on your screen what the breakfast includes. It's all you can eat kind of deal. Again, breakfast includes sausage, bacon, ham, fried potatoes, yada, yada, yada. But again, that is on October the 4th. That's a Saturday, 7:30 a.m. to 10:30 p.m. 7:30 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. Again, adult breakfast $11, children under 11 and under 11 years old $5. Again, all proceeds go to the Christmas and Selma celebration there in the early part of December. So a couple of opportunities. Again, that's October 4th there with the Selma Lions Club breakfast. Again, we sure do appreciate all the support for the Christmas and Selma celebration coming up there in December. Nice dig right there from Marin Hopkins, and then Grove gets that one over and down in play. Yeah, and Redbeard and I was talking about this right there at the end of the first set. Yes, obviously, you can always say, well, yeah, we look great, when you go out there and win a 25-7 first set. But really, in all honesty, everything that we did out here on the floor, I thought was about as good as I've seen us play all year. And this Madison-Grant team, again, I mentioned it earlier, I understand, what the record is. I wouldn't focus too much into that. These girls are still out here. They're playing hard. They're really not a bad team. But we just played very, very good in that first set in all phases. And, we're seeing much of the same thing right here in the second set. So it's nice to see us, continue what we started last night. And, because, again, we have a very busy week this week. We've got some tough opponents coming up. And, you want to be playing your very best volleyball. Set up right here to Dickinson. There's Parker. Hunzinger. Back set there, and that was to Hopkins. She about nailed Grove on that. So 9-3 after that one was hit into the net by Hopkins. Again, hit that one pretty good. Parker, Hunzinger, Rivers, dug out there by Cunningham. And Stitt will get it over for the Argylls. Hopkins is there. Backpedaling right there. Grove was able to get to it. Now Parker gets it over. And unfortunately, it didn't work out this time around here for the Raiders. I'll tell you another thing, and I've mentioned this in past games, but the offensive threats that Wapahani have, mercy. I mean, you don't see many teams have the offensive threat that the Raiders have, and not only that offensively, but defensively as well. When you look at, I guess this was a point there for Madison-Grant, so 9-5 is your score. But when you look at the likes of Cammie Rivers and Marin Hopkins, Tatum Dudley, Olivia Walters, Nola Baker, Maddie Grove. You have 6 girls potentially. Thereabouts, I think it was. Cammie, Maddie, Nola, Marin, Tatum, and Olivia. That's and that's just girls that see regular playing time. But you can even grab the girls off the bench. Like we've seen right there towards the end of the first set. With Nora Williams, Journey Maines. There's a lot of offense out here on this floor that you spread the ball around really well, just like Caroline does. I think that it really makes this team show off the depth that it has. If you only have 1 or 2 players carrying the team, not saying you still can't have success, because you can, but it makes it a whole lot better when you have, shots like that from Marin Hopkins. What goes up must come down. Holy Moses. But the depth that this team has, a lot of fun to watch, especially when things are really clicking on all cylinders. Right side attack here by Dickinson, dug out by Baker. And there's Grove, dug out. I believe that was Neiman there with a dig. Hopkins back at it again. Oh, man. That ball was torched. And I guess they reversed that call. So the point goes to Madison-Grant, now 12-6. Cameron Bolser back in here for the Argylls, and back to serve will be number 1, Adeline Cunningham. Received by Rivers. Set on to Grove. Beautifully done. Great set. Great hit there from Maddie. As the Raiders keep on keeping on, here comes Olivia Walters back in a game. Kaylee Clements now back to serve. Again, there's no letdown with this team. You get a sub right back in here, and there's no difference. And there's Walters providing the stuffing. It's good to see everybody contribute. It'll be starters, bench players. It really doesn't make a difference. And we'll get a timeout on the floor. Again, we'll stay right here with you. Wanted to mention another thing right here put on by the Selma American Legion, Post 437. They are seeking donations from businesses and or individuals for the purchase of Hometown Hero banners and mounting hardware honoring current and former Liberty Perry Township veterans. So these are what the banners look like. More notably, you can see there on your sides right there. They're on the right side of the screen. You have the red, the white, and then the blue, and then obviously the American flag there in the background of one of those banners. And then again with the veteran right there centered up, the name, I would assume then also the years of service and what branch they were in as well. But again, they are seeking donations. These banners will be displayed on telephone poles throughout the town of Selma. They're 2x4 and collar heavy vinyl, double-sided with pole pockets. They are $80 each, excluding mounting hardware. For any donations, again, it will be greatly appreciated. If you want to, if you are a military veteran or have a veteran in your family from Selma, all you have to do, you have to submit the service information to the post for inclusion in this project. And make sure to just get a hold of them. You can drop off that military information and or donations at the post. That is 315 South Albany Street in downtown Selma, Indiana. If you need to send it in by mail, you can make the checks payable to Selma Legion Post 437, and then please mark all envelopes to the attention of Steve Peacock /Hometown Heroes. So again, that's the information there about the Selma American Legion Post 437 banner information. Again, want to continue to push this every single ball game we do because it's such a neat thing, not only for our veterans but for our town. It just it helps, I think, even with the beautification of it. But more importantly, to honor our veterans. I mean, without them, it's hard to tell if we would even be sitting here broadcasting games right now. So we appreciate them, and obviously we want to do our part and bringing awareness to that and honoring our local veterans. So 17-8 your score. Caroline Huntenzinger back to serve. Bolster here on the attack. Parker digs it out. Huntenzinger sets it up. Nola Baker just a soft touch over and down in play. Excellent work there from Nola. And we'll have a substitution for the Argylls. Number 4, Delaney Pavey back in here. We'll have, again, Huntenzinger back to serve. Wapahani in front by double digits. And that is right there in the far back right corner. That was a well-placed ball there, as we'll have number 10, Bristol Caudell, back to serve. Nice diving action, and the spin of that ball made things a lot more difficult there for Rivers. Serve there, Chapel, or Caudell, excuse me. So the point there goes to the Raiders, 19-10. We'll have number 3, Lacey Sutherland, check back in for, that was for Madison-Grant. Here for Wapahani, we have Tatum Dudley back in. That was darn close to another ace there for Hopkins. Huntenzinger now to Walters. Stitt was right there. Set on to Neiman. Hopkins, Huntenzinger, Rivers delivers the goods. 20-10. Dug out there by Huntenzinger. Dudley here from the right side just gets it over. And we're going to have a net violation on Madison-Grant. And so again, some substitutions. We'll have Addie Barnes, Journey Maines, and Nora Williams now in for Wapahani. So Huntenzinger, Rivers, and Walters will have a seat. Hopkins back to serve. And that's going to be 4 hits. Bolster here from the right side. Daggum good hit right there by Bolster. Great contact on the ball. Maines, Barnes on the Williams. Dug out there by Emma Mitchell, number 5. And that's going to be tipped out of bounds. Point, Wapahani. So back in comes Maddie Grove as Williams will have a seat. And, okay, looks like we got Callie Parker back to serve. Floater, short serve right there as the Argylls will send that one backwards. And set point has now arrived at 24-11. Parker looking to bring one more ace to the table. Nope, they'll get it over this time around. Parker is there and misplayed that one, unfortunately, this time around. Returning here is number 12, Bailey Chappell for the Argylls. It will be number 11, Kaylee Stitt, back to serve. Parker, Barnes, Grove. Dug out by Cunningham. Set up to number 8, Neiman on the attack. Sent that one long, and that will do it. Here for set number 2. Wapahani now with a 2-0 lead, 25-7, 25-12. Again, stick around here, folks. Set number 3 coming up right here on your home of the Raiders, the WHS Network. All right, folks, welcome back here with our next Elite Real Estate Realtor Austin Rich game break. 2-0 lead here for Wapahani. You're going to want to take some time here to thank some of our sponsors here this evening. Again, a big thanks here to Taylor Architects, Inc. Again, a proud sponsor of us here on the WHS Network, a full-service, client-focused architecture firm that provides personal service to you and their clients in the development of high-quality facilities for a variety of building types. This broad range includes commercial, institutional, as well as governmental, educational, recreational, transportation, residential, and public housing for both public and private clients. For more information, you can give them a call at 765-288-3615 and visit their website at www.taylorarchitectsinc.com. So again, as we return to action, again, Wapahani, again, if you're just tuning in for the first time this evening, currently own a 2-0 lead. Again, in quite the dominating fashion, 25-7, 25-12 through the first 2 sets of the ball game. Again, I'm play-by-play broadcaster Brandon Morvillius. Alongside here with me is cameraman Jordan Redbeard McCoy. Hope you guys have enjoyed the broadcast here tonight so far. Again, just nice to kind of kick back, relax, enjoy a evening of Indiana High School volleyball here on the WHS Network. Parker, Hunzinger on to Walters, dug out by Cunningham, but that ball sent off to the right side as Walters continues to leave her mark in the ballgame here tonight. You know, and again, I touched on it earlier. Just so many weapons here for Wapahani. I don't know. That looked like that was 4 hits. That was close though. Again, above my pay grade. I do not want to act like that I know anything and everything about volleyball or for anything else for that matter. But again, sure do appreciate our referees. I mentioned them earlier there in the broadcast, but again, Rob Barker, they're our up referee tonight. Heidi Knuckles, our down referee. Sure do appreciate them for being here tonight. And Cammie Rivers delivers right there. Heck yes. 3-1. In comes Maddie Grove. And Callie Parker now back to serve. Short floater serve there from Parker. Okay, so he was trying to get an explanation of that. They said that Cammie hit that twice, which technically, yes, she did, but one was off the tip, and then she was trying to make the pass. So technically you can do that. I don't know, unless if I seen something a little bit differently than what everybody else did, and that's fine. That probably was the case. Again, I'm not saying that I know exactly what I'm talking about. That's exactly what I was just mentioning a moment ago. And Bolser gets the kill. 4-3 is your score. Nola Baker returns to the 4 for Wapahani. We'll have Cameron Bolser back to serve. Nice save there by Rivers. Hopkins will get it over. Set up to Neiman and out of bounds. And again, it looked like so Neiman was close to the bench area over there. And I don't know if she just got a little too far out there and tripped herself up or what exactly happened right there. But we know what happened right there, and that's another ace here for Cammie Rivers. Parker, Hunzinger, Grove. Right there was Mitchell. Set on to Neiman again. Rivers will dig it out. Hunzinger sets it up. And Hopkins unable to keep that one in play. Tell you what, that's a rare occasion. Definitely had another hot hand here tonight for Wapahani, among others. You know, everybody's playing really well. That's what we like to see. So we have number 14, Avery Gillespie, back in here and back to serve. Baker mishandles that one, and that will be an ace. Full steam ahead by Hopkins, but again, unfortunately couldn't quite keep that one inbounds this time around. I think that she might have been looking for that ball to be set up just a touch higher. Neiman there on the attack. Oh, nicely done. Hopkins lays out and is able to get to it. Grove gets it over. Set on there to number 6, Dickinson, and that will lay it out of bounds. Point, Wapahani. So back in here, Olivia Walters as well as Kaylee Clements. Clements back to serve. Oh, and off the back of Cunningham. Well, that's one way to get an ace. Again, Cunningham tried to dodge the ball. Instead, the ball got her. That one hit into the net. Nice serve right there, set on to the middle. Dickinson on the attack. Walters cashes in again. Oh, yes. I'm not quite sure if that was Walters or Hopkins, but nonetheless, the Raiders have got a block party started. Short serve there. Set on up to Chapel on the left side. Dug out by Baker. And Hopkins again. Mercy. Good serve there from Clements. She'll get to that one. Hunzinger. Walters once again finds that back right corner. Timeout, Madison-Grant. We'll step aside for a timeout as well. 13-6. We'll be back with more here on the WHS Network. Turning here from the timeout. Again on the floor, it's a 13-6 Wapahani lead here in set number 3. Again, Kaylee Clements will be back to serve here for the Raiders. Again, returning here from the timeout. In charge of a 7-point lead and looking to build off of that. And mishandled there by Clements. 13-7 now, as we'll see Maddie Grove in for Wapahani. Briefly. In comes Callie Parker. We'll have number 10, Bristol Caudell, checking in here for Madison-Grant. Baker receives that one. Hunzinger sets it. And Hopkins nails it. Hit that one into the net that time by Bristol Caudell. As the Raiders now build that lead to an 8-point advantage. Good serve there from Caroline. Right side, Dickinson on the attack. Met at the net right there by Hopkins and Walters. And there's an ace for Caroline. And another ace from Caroline Hunzinger. So we'll have Delaney Pavey back in for Madison-Grant. In a 11-point Wapahani lead. Make it a 12-point Wapahani lead. A missile-like serve right there from Caroline. And I'm assuming that's going to be a 2-hit. Indeed, it will be. And here comes the subs again. We've got Nora Williams in for Olivia Walters, Addie Barnes in for Caroline Huntsinger, and Journey Maines in for Cammie Rivers. Caroline was dealing. It was going to start bringing out the sweet Caroline here pretty soon. Students are over here. That's something to want to have a little karaoke night tonight. And the way that Caroline was dealing, mercy sakes. So we'll have number 17 now in the ball game for the Argylls. And short serve there lands in the net, 21-8. In comes Cameron Bolser here for the Argylls. Number 1, Adeline Cunningham back to serve. And that one served out of bounds. Nice job there by Maines and Parker back there. Recognizing that ball is a little too strong and out of bounds. So in comes Tatum Dudley. Again, Baker will have a seat. Bolser on the attack. Parker digs it out. Barnes sets it up. Maines gets it across there as Cunningham digs it on the Bolser. Parker, Barnes, and really not much you can do about that right there, especially if you were Addie and Journey. And that pass, it was tough there for Parker. It's not as easy as they make it look sometimes, I'll tell you that much. It's a tough sport. That ball served into the net there by number 16. So we'll have Maddie Grove back in here, Callie Parker back to serve. Just 2 more points to go from a sweep for Wapahani over Madison-Grant. And that's 2 hits. So match point has arrived. 24-9. Again, we hope you guys stay right here with us. We'll have our Raiders Live postgame show at the conclusion of this one here tonight. And that will do it. 25-9 as the Raiders get the brooms out on the Argylls here this evening. 25-7, 25-12, 25-9. Again, make sure to stay right here with us. Our Raiders Live postgame show coming up right here on your home of the Raiders, the WHS Network. Jackson digs it out. Hunzinger with a setup to Rivers. Rivers delivers. Pass to the basket. Gets the friendly roll to go right there. Ava Cook now with 4 points to go here. Drives, finds Camden Bell. Right wing three is up. And good. Yes. Camden Bell making a rain, baby. Carroll for battling in this bat so far. The 1-2 pitch. Gets her swinging for strike three. A job well done by Zoe Koger getting the strikeout for out. 3-1. And that's going to be a deep fly ball in the left center field. And gone! Quentin James with a big fly of his own. A 2-run shot. All right, folks, welcome back here with our Raiders Live post-game show, again presented by the Next Elite Real Estate Realtor, Austin Rich. Again, a proud sponsor here of us on the WHS Network. Again, we would like to thank some more of our other sponsors here this evening. A big thanks here to Next Elite Real Estate hometown realtor Courtney Felton. Great teams win with heart, hustle, communication, and trust, and those are some great values the Next Elite Real Estate hometown realtor Courtney Felton brings to every real estate move. Whether you're buying or selling, she is there to use her local roots to meet your real estate needs every step of the way. Call Courtney Felton at 765-748-6334 for all of your real estate needs. Also a big thanks here to Henry Community Health Director of Sports Medicine, Tony Cox at Henry Community Health Sports Medicine, enhancing performance. We take care of our Raiders. Tony Cox, your certified athletic trainer, is here to get our athletes back in a game and to help them get better, stronger, and faster than ever before. Tony Cox is a 1982 graduate of Ball State University and 1983 graduate of Miami of Ohio University, is in his 19th year as Director of Sports Medicine and 47th year overall in the field. So there's no shortage of experience as Tony has helped high school, college, and professional athletes get back to a high-level performance. For all of your rehab and recovery needs, contact Tony Cox with Henry Community Health Sports Medicine Performance Enhancement at 765-521-1131 and make your appointment now. So greatly appreciate both of those sponsors. As, again, Wapahani, a great, dominating and victorious night here for us from Raider Gymnasium in straight set fashion, 25-7, 25-12, 25-9. The Raiders, again, back-to-back wins. Obviously a big win last night, an MEC victory there at Shenandoah, then another one here tonight against Madison-Grant. And then tomorrow night, another MEC conference matchup as they will travel to Randolph Southern. Again, that'll be a JV start time of 6 p.m. Varsity game to follow. We hope you guys make the trip on out there. Again, no broadcast for us. But again, we will have score updates there on our social media pages. So go to our Facebook page at WHS Network. And you can also follow us on X or Twitter, whatever you want to consider it as. Also at WHS Network on both those social media platforms. Again, we'll have those score updates there tomorrow night. Also Saturday, Wapahani will be playing in the Leo Invitational. That will be, I believe, a 9 a.m. start time. Again, Leo is all the way up near Fort Wayne, if I remember correctly. Again, no broadcast in that one as well. And then next week, 3 more games in 3 consecutive nights. Again, our next broadcast will be next Wednesday when Wapahani will take on Monroe Central in another MEC conference matchup as we get closer towards the Delaware County tournament. You know, it's going to be interesting once we get to that point in time of the season, and obviously, county tournament. I mean, when you have the likes of Yorktown and Delta and Wapahani, Daleville's had some really good teams through the years. Cowan, Westdale, yes, some of these programs are a little down this year, but should still be a very competitive county tournament coming up here within the next couple weeks. I think about 2.5 weeks from now is when we'll start that county tournament. So Leading up to that point, again, you hope Wapahani continues to play their very best volleyball. These last 2 games, really in all facets, I think that, these girls really played well. They should be. I think that, that should be the expectation every ball game is to play your very best. And we've seen that. And, hopefully that trend will continue once again tomorrow night, like I said, on the road at Randolph Southern. So, again, the Raiders victorious here this evening in a straight set fashion, 25-7, 25-12, 25-9, as the Raiders now improve to 12-3 on the season. Again, a big thank you to all of you for tuning in throughout the evening. We appreciate all of you for being supportive of us, but more importantly, our student athletes out here, both for Wapahani and Madison-Grant. Means a great deal to us, and we appreciate you guys for watching and always tuning in. So, again, next time back at it on Wednesday. Until then, folks, I'm Brandon Morvillius, alongside cameraman Jordan Redbeard McCoy, saying good night from Raider Gymnasium.